Everyone, welcome to another Founder Wisdom podcast. Today with us, we have Riten Debnath. He is founder at Fueler, an interesting guy to say the least. He's based in India, has a bunch of cool ideas, and we're gonna talk rapid fire style about a bunch of interesting topics. So, Riten, can you quickly introduce yourself and tell us about Fueler?
Yes. Hi, Charles. Hey, everyone. This is Riten this side. I'm the founder of Fueler. I am a computer science engineer. So, after my graduation, I work with different startups. Okay. So, from that, I got to work on this idea that is, I thought very much, very much important so that, people can showcase their work and stuff. So, that is what Fueler is all about. Fueler is an online platform where individuals and knowledge workers they come forward, they showcase their work, create beautiful looking portfolios in very simple steps. Okay, so that is all about Fueler. Yes, looking forward to this.
What is not Fueler?
Yes, so Fueler is not a marketplace. Okay, it's not a portfolio builder. Okay, it's not a ebook like maker. Okay, yes, so this is pretty much I would say it's not a freelance marketplace. That is something I would like to say. It's more like a tool where you create your portfolios. That's it.
Tell us a bit more about your story as well, because that's interesting too.
Yes, I come from a very unconventional background in the field of entrepreneurship. I come from a defense background, military background, where my whole life has been very much inspired from that. Okay, all the things that I have learned from that has been mostly I am currently applying on entrepreneurship. Meeting people, talking to them, building relationship. Then leadership. Okay, punctuality and a lot of other things. So I believe that has been my story. And yeah, apart from the work, I love running, reading, writing, lifting, then going on bike rides and stuff. So yeah, I love music and movies as well. So yeah, that is something I totally enjoy.
And who are you as a person? Like, what do you value, and how can we feel those values in your startup Fuel?
Yeah, so you would be able to see those value only when you get to talk with the community members. Okay, so all the community members that you see, okay, if you ever get to talk with them, you would understand, okay, the way we treat them, the way we help them, it doesn't feel like they are some users. They are more like a members to us. Okay, they are more like very early investor at Fueler. Okay, because they have been using Fueler for a long time, getting benefits from it, and continuously supporting us in their own personal life. So I would say for me, the values are mostly in the community building. Okay, the way we treat our all the users they are using, whatever worries, anything. So I spend most of the time in customer service. Okay, where I talk with them, help them with different sort of things. So I enjoy doing that.
Hey, and where do you want to bring the company? What's your master plan?
Yeah, so the master plan down the line, it's something we want to bring fun in the space of career and education. Okay, you can say education and future of work. Say for example, when someone currently approaches for opportunity, it's very much messy. Okay, at the same time, people are much more scared. Okay, how do I apply? I have to go through this process. The other person what they are going to ask me and stuff. So we are going to make it very streamlined and very simple. Okay, so that anybody is confident when they are applying. Also, they are able to pitch themselves better. Okay, so we are looking forward to a time when people can apply to any sort of opportunity like a snap, right? Just I will just click and it will be done. Okay, it has to be that simple and fast. So that is something we are looking forward to down the line. Yes, more other if you want to see, you have to follow our journey. And yes.
Who got you started on Notion, and who got you like inspired to build in public and share all of this value public?
Wow, that's a great question actually. So, I guess joining Twitter has been one of my greatest, decision you can say, because that is where I found people. That is where I found my tribe. Okay, the people like me, who are struggling, who are looking for feedback, who are actually doing stuff, failing in public and stuff. So, there are like a lot of people. So, I'll start with KP. Then there is this Kevin Chong. Okay, then there is Sharath. Okay, there are so many other bunch of people out there who are like building amazing stuff on Twitter. Okay, and from them I have learned a lot, like tons of things, right? When you build in public, you will learn a lot of things publicly. That is the best way to build a community as well, where people get to see you, right? They get to know your journey, whatever you are doing and stuff. So I believe this is one of the this is a better thing than doing something in private and stealth. Okay, so this is one of the way you can have an unfair advantage when like bringing people in your journey. Yes.
What's your day-to-day like, and what are some habits that you're building, and what are some bad habits you're letting go of?
Yeah, so I'm currently trying to. I'll start with the bad one. Okay, so I'm trying to change my sleep habit. Okay, like the sleep cycle. Okay, so I'm trying to sleep early so that I can wake up early. Right. So that's something I'm currently working on. Apart from this, I'm also trying a lot in the content creation thing. Okay, so I am like mostly like spending a lot of my time in content creation, like shooting videos. Okay, writing newsletters. Okay, also writing articles for Fueler. Okay, and explaining what Fueler is all about through words and through micro videos and a lot of other things. So yeah, that is something I would say currently I'm mostly focused on. Yes.
And what's your day-to-day like? What do you do on a daily basis? What does your CEO schedule slash founder schedule look like? How many hours of sleep do you get? What do you eat? Do you do sports? Do you do meditation? Tell us.
Okay, so like yes, so when I planned my day yesterday, like in one day before. Okay, so like that is a very easy way for me to plan for the whole day, right? What I'll be doing. Okay, I'll start with that. After that, like there is this meeting we have early meeting in the morning. Then we discuss a lot of things. Okay, like all the things that we have been doing and like what's today we are doing and what we are tomorrow will be doing, right? So we discuss that. Apart from that, I work a lot on the feedback part of it. Managing, writing, documentation, and content creation. Okay, I love sport. I told you, right? So currently I'm going to gym. Okay, so that is one of my temporary escape from the work life, so that I can spend time with myself running. Okay, I love running, by the way. And yes, I guess that is pretty much everything. Currently goes, and meetings. There are a lot of meetings that I'm currently part of, where I get to talk with people from different part of the world. They schedule a call with us. So we explain, we help them. Like how to effectively use Fueler so that they can make the best out of it. Also make a lot of money in their own career. So that is pretty much everything my day looks like. And apart from this, I get sleep, like so currently the average is 6 hour. Okay, so 5 to 6 hour is the average, but I'm trying to work more on this. So I believe it will improve over time. Yes.
Yeah, I advise people to try to wake up without, well, I mean, you have an alarm as a backup, but waking up by yourself early is cool. You do it naturally and you don't have something to force you out of
Correct.
out of a nice sleep zone and so forth. That can be nice. And definitely sleeping, yeah, at least 8 to 9 hours can be good. I
Yes.
want to ask you, shift gears here and ask you about some of the products that kind of inspire Fueler as it is today. So, what are your favorite products and what do you like about them?
I guess this is my favorite question actually. So I love Spotify. I love Pinterest. Okay. I love Dribble. Okay. Then I love Twitter. Okay. So there are quite a lot of digital products out there. I totally enjoy reading them. Okay. Everything about them, how they came up with, how they built it. So I really like the way Spotify has been designed. Okay. I really like the way the Pinterest has been designed. Okay, I've spent a lot of time using these applications to understand the user behavior, like what are the different things that they are trying to show to the user, right? And how they are leveraging machine learning, okay, another AI thing, right? So that is pretty much crazy. So these are some of the products I would say I really love, especially, the way they have designed the whole thing, right? It's very minimal, very simple. Just look at Twitter, okay? So the way you consume any stuff on Twitter is very much decluttered, right? It's very simple, okay, compared to any other social media platform, which is like combination of a lot of things together. It's like they are trying to like push you things to consume, right? But in case of Twitter, it's very simple. Okay, you just see things, read it, that's it. Okay.
Simplicity and speed, I'd say. Uh, Twitter, yeah, it's cool, but I think they could somewhat improve. And this is what's so hard about UX is that the space is so limited in the brain and in
Yes.
pixels, and you
Yes.
really need to obsess about how to have most of the your audience brain consume that information, and that's a hell of a challenge for Elon. I want to
Of
talk
course.
rapid fire about like some stuff you wrote on your Notion, which is pretty cool. It's kind of an attempt at structuring stuff, which I like it. We started using it here as well for wikis and SOPs and so forth. So first off, start off by telling us about intellectual curiosity and the importance it has for you and I guess your team.
So intellectual curiosity, this is something, one of the, like one of the thing I'm passionate about. So it's more of like, like how you pursue thing, right? It's how you see a thing, right? How you dig dive into the rabbit hole, right, to learn something, like that's something you are passionate about. Also, we overrate this word called passion. Okay, so like for example, if I'm happen to explain this thing, okay, it's a very simple thing. Okay, whatever you are interested in, you could be interested in anything, right? So you can jump into any stuff that you like. Okay, so it doesn't have to be very fancy, it could be anything. Okay, and I believe this is one of the practices that we have in our team as well. Whenever we come up with new concepts and stuff, so we try to dig dive on that, learn about more of those, right? So that is pretty much I would explain about intellectual curiosity, to all the viewers.
And how do you make that a habit? Because my team, I asked them to comment on some of the posts and content that I put out there, or some messages that I write in some convos, and I invite them to practice their critical thinking, to give me their
Yes,
opinion. And obviously, if I see that their opinion is like a recycled template of a peer of what I write, I kind of put them on the spot. We can also make it a habit by having them read stuff, because as much as we
yes,
like to think we're original in our thinking, most of what our brain does is it recycle what we've read before.
correct.
So that's always a good way to also have new ideas, quote unquote. So how do you make
Absolutely.
sure that your team members and even yourself get better every day at critical thinking?
So I guess it comes with like hard things that you do every day. Okay, so building a startup is more like taking micro decisions every day. Okay, and you have no idea what one decision can change your life, or maybe like one decision can change you something very big, right? So I believe every day there is this you have to continuously challenge yourself, right? Do every day you have to take up hard things to do. For example, if you're not able to do this, maybe learn about it, go talk to someone. Okay, watch your videos, but at least don't leave it, don't skip it. So in our case, we emphasize this a lot. Okay, we tell our team members, we actually discuss this, have special attention to this, where they upgrade themselves. Okay, so upgrading is not just about reading books. It could be watching a movie. Okay, it could be like just going for recreation activity, right? It could be a lot of things. Okay, so for us, even we are quite early stage, we are a very very small team at the moment, but we take care of all of this thing very what precisely, because these things are very important in the long run, because eventually they are also going to become leader in the future, right? So they will also have to tell to their team member how to treat, how to work, or how to come up with ideas, how to work on those, and how to treat mental blocks. So yeah, that is something we are also like learning and executing every day.
So the pod's already over. It was really fast paced. I need to go, but I think it was super interesting. Like there's at least 15 to 30 other topics we need to talk about. So definitely welcome to come back and book something in a couple months from now. That was super cool. Where can people find out more about you, Riten?
So yeah, they can check out my website. I am very much active on Twitter. They can always DM me. I'm always here to help any way I can. Okay. Apart from this, I'm also active on Instagram. Okay. I share my building public journey. Share my thoughts and a lot of other things. So yeah, I'll share my link with you so that you can put it on the description, and that is how you can follow me.